All right, now we're going to work on solving two-step equations. So it looks like our first equation, we're solving for t. We have 48 equals 12t minus 24. Just like any other of our problems that we do in Delta Math, the first step is always writing the problem down on our scratch paper, right? So 48 equals 12t minus 24. And it's always a good good idea to double check that you've rewritten the equation correctly, right? You haven't misplaced any addition or subtraction signs or accidentally changed any numbers. Sometimes our brain just plays little tricks on us, so it's always good to double check. All right, so now we are solving our equations. Well, we know that t is the letter that we're trying to get by itself. We need to isolate the variable. And so in order to do that, we need to get rid of all the things that are attached to t according to their order of importance, right? So we need to get rid of this 12, which is being multiplied by the t, and we need to get rid of this 24, which is being subtracted. So again, thinking about that order of importance, we want to think about SADMAP, which is our order for solving, right? It's our reverse order of operations. So the first thing that we want to get rid of is the added or subtracted term, right? So we see we have this minus 24. So we're going to do the opposite of minus 24, which is plus 24. And if I do it to one side of my equal sign, I have to do it to the other side of my equal sign to keep my equation balanced, right? So I'm going to do 48 plus 24. Let's see here. 8 and 4 is 12, 4 and 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7, and then I've got 12t, negative 24 plus 24 is 0, and you don't have to write that plus 0, but it's a really good check for yourself along the way, right? If I had accidentally subtracted 24, I would know negative 24 minus 24 gives me a negative 48, not 0, right? So it's just a really good self-check to keep in your process. All right, so 12t plus 0 is 12t. I want to get t all by itself, so I need to do the opposite of multiplying by 12, which in this case would be dividing by 12. If I do it to one side of my equal sign, I have to do it to both sides of my equal sign. So I'm going to do 72 divided by 12, and that gives me 6, and 12 divided by 12 leaves me with 1t, or 6 is equal to t. Okay, if I want to check my work, I grab that original equation, 48 equals 12t minus 24, and I go ahead and plug my 6 in for t, and I see if my equation is balanced. Oops, minus 24. Right, so now I would follow order of operations to simplify, PMDAS, right? So I'm going to do 12 times 6, which is 72, and then I'm going to subtract 24 from 72, and I get 48 is equal to 48. And my equation is balanced. I know that is a true statement, so I know that I have the correct answer. So t is equal to 6. I'm going to come over here into Delta Math and type in t equals 6 and click submit. But I see, oh, I'm getting an error message. It says, notice, this question is not expecting an equation. Please type in an algebraic or numerical expression that represents the answer. Okay, so what they're saying is they didn't want an equal sign in this answer. So they just wanted the number 6. Okay, so that's what that meant. All right, and that is the gist of solving two-step equations.